Hi, friends. Welcome to another episode of Clearly Thriving. I'm Allison Clay,
And I'm Siri Harkins.
and we are thriving.
Clearly.
Siri, what are you drinking today?
Water.
Me too.
Hydrated queens.
Yeah. How was your day? How's life?
Um, it was fine. I had work and now I'm here.
Siri is wearing her brand new lover cardigan.
Yes.
It's very cute.
Yes, people liked it today.
Yeah. And with the earrings, it's cute. She has pink heart earrings.
Yes. I only have one heart necklace apparently, and it's this one.
Interesting.
Yep. A heart ring from Pandora.
Nice, nice.
Yes.
Yeah. My day kind of went to shit because I guess so I have my own bathroom in this house, and then my roommates share the other bathroom. And I woke up to a text from my landlady. Well, I didn't wake up to it, but she texted me at like 9:53 and was like, "Are you home? Can the repairman come at 10?" And I didn't see it until like 10:30 because I was out running around. And so I texted her back at like 10:30 when I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm home now." And then she was like, "Well, how's noon?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be here." And then she was like, "Actually, he says between 3 and 4." And I was like, "Okay, I'll still be here," because I was supposed to be working from home today. Apparently their bathroom door had not been closing. And I guess Ari filled out the work report like a month ago, but it was during the fires. And so they couldn't get anyone out. And apparently now it's time. So I often am the one home when repairs happen simply because I do work from home a lot of the time. So I got to be here for that. And then I didn't wind up actually filming any of the things I was supposed to film today because I didn't want to be filming when he got here. And I didn't want to like get everything set up and out and then, you know,
No, that I feel like that's always the worst thing is when you need somebody to get into your home, your apartment, whatever, and it's like they give you a timeline, and so you're like, okay, cool. And then it's like it never actually happens in that timeline. And then it's just like the waiting game. And it's like you can't start anything because you're just waiting.
yeah. Like I cleaned up a little bit so that everything was like fresh. Um, but also like the video I was supposed to make today, I expected to take 2 days. So I didn't want to get everything out and set up and then just have it out and set up while he was here. I don't know. I felt weird about it. So, and then he didn't actually show up until closer to 4:30.
Yeah.
And it was very fast. Like it's just now after 5 and he's been gone probably 15 minutes. But
Yeah.
so it was very fast and their door is fixed now, but I basically lost a day of work. So
Yeah.
that's great.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Such is life.
Yeah. Yep. But now
Yes.
my house is clean, my dishes are done. I like organized my closet because that was something I could leave in the middle of doing.
Good.
Yep.
Good, good. What are you doing, Lila?
Lila really loves when we podcast because we sit next to each other and so she can just kind of hop from lap to lap. She's definitely the definition of a lap dog.
Yes.
Can you imagine if she had like the same personality but in like a Great Dane?
Well, I feel like there are dogs that have this personality that are big like that.
Yeah, it's really fortunate for her that she's little.
Yes. Right, Lila.
Because big dogs don't know that they're big. And so then they're told no when they want to cuddle, and they don't understand that it's because they weigh more than they're humans. Fortunately for Lila, she doesn't have that problem.
Lila is in a very cute little jacket today.
Yes. Lila has been having some irritated skin. I do feel like it's getting better since we've gotten the doggy hydrocortisone, and I've also started her on a probiotic.
Hmm.
I feel like it's getting better, but she does still scratch, and I feel like when she's dressed, she doesn't scratch because I don't know, maybe that like mild compression helps. I have no idea. But she likes clothes anyway, so but we've been very consistently getting her dressed in the morning. Yep.
Great.
Yeah.
I was like, what did we do this weekend? We did go to Disney.
We did. We went kind of with a mission to find the Sakura collection, which we didn't. And then I'm pretty sure Disney's restock day is either Tuesday or Wednesday. And so I was kind of monitoring yesterday and nobody was posting that it had restocked, so I don't think it did.
Yeah, I don't know if they're restocking that. All the stuff is all over eBay. So thank you so much to all the people who have gone to the parks to buy it just to resell it. Love that for you.
Yeah,
Um,
that's great.
yeah.
Yeah, don't love that.
No. Nope. I want the Piglet and the
Mhm.
Piglet keychain and the Burley Outs keychain, and that is it
Yeah,
for myself to have.
yeah. I wanted the Eeyore keychain.
Mhm.
We'll just have to go to Japan, I guess.
Yeah, just we'll stick that on our
On our
our
to-do
planner.
list.
Yeah, on top of everything else.
Yep, it's fine. It's
It's
fine.
fine. No, because the Sakura stuff isn't always in Japan either. It's
Yeah.
limited. It's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever. I was actually pretty sad about it. It like put a damper on my mood for a bit there.
Yeah. It was unfortunate.
Oh well.
If it's meant to be, we'll find it one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did try Couplet Coffee in Echo Park, which is a new coffee shop.
Yeah, I really liked that.
Yeah, it's really cute there. We know a couple of the baristas there.
Yeah.
Yeah, coffee's good.
Yeah, pretty much all of our favorite baristas from the Palm went to Couplet. So we had to stop and see them,
Hmm.
which was fun. They were excited to see us.
Yes, and it really didn't add on time to our Disneyland route.
No,
So,
not at all. And the coffee was good. I really liked what I got.
yes.
I will say their specialty menu doesn't have much for me, which normally I prefer to get like a location specific beverage. Um, but the coffees all had like banana in them. I am not a banana girly.
Yeah, they have like this banana cream top that's apparently really popular and really good. They can't do it dairy free, so that's not for me, but sounded good. I don't know.
Yeah, but we both got vanilla lattes and they were very good.
Hmm. Yes.
And then we tried at Disney some of the Lunar New Year foods.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I finally got the scallion pancake tostada, which was so good. I mean, it's bulgogi beef and kimchi on basically like a tostada. So delicious, delightful, so good.
I tried the spicy chicken tacos. Those were so good. The spice, I finally decided what the spice reminded me of. It reminded me of that, the chili oil that you get at like Trader Joe's and it has the chilies in it, like ground up chilies. I have some in the kitchen, but that's what it tasted like. It was so good.
Mm.
Yeah. The sauce was really good. The meat was really good. The slaw on top was really good. I didn't know if I would like the slaw because I go back and forth on slaws, but that one was nice.
Good. Yeah, I've been pretty happy with the Lunar New Year foods I've had
Yeah.
this year. So it's good stuff.
Yes.
And I know last year I had the normal banh mi at Paradise Grill and that was super good.
Mhm.
Um Last year I tried more things and I wasn't as like I did not like the quesadilla egg roll last year, so I'm not even gonna bother trying that this year. I know I had the shrimp lo mein last year and I loved it, and you've had that.
That was so good. Those noodles.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I'm like, when are we going again? Well, another time.
Yeah. I've been checking to see if anything else opens up and it hasn't. So TBD.
Um, oh, okay. Lila.
Yeah.
Yeah. Craziness. Yeah. We also our part-time jewelry gig limited our hours a little bit more, which I get. It totally makes sense. Because our labor is now more expensive.
Yeah.
But there were a couple of gigs that like a couple of us were supposed to work on, but now it's only one of us. So
Yeah. That was unfortunate.
yeah, like, do I understand? Yes. But it is a little bit disappointing.
Yeah. Anne Marie was talking about it the other night. And she was like, literally, the only reason I did it was to hang out with you guys.
Yeah. And I only am really, well, it's fun, but like I'm doing it for the money. So like if I'm not
Yeah.
getting as many hours, then that's a little harder.
Yeah.
So
Especially like, because it mostly is on the weekends. So it takes up our weekend time, which I really did not mind when we were doing it together.
yeah.
Because then we still got to spend the weekends together. But
Yeah. So that's a little disappointing. So we'll just have to see how this month goes in terms of that. Cause we also like we had 0 of this job in January,
yeah.
the entirety of January. So it was a weird adjustment.
Yeah.
And we still have not had a gig yet this month. So
Yeah. Yeah. I lost 2 gigs when they made the schedule adjustments. And I was really hoping to make back some of what we lost in January. So that's unfortunate for me.
yeah, it's okay. Oh, I did not audition officially because I was busy on the day, but I am going to be in another dance show
Yes.
this spring, so that's exciting. So I got my cast list on Sunday, and I'm in 3 pieces,
Nice.
which is exciting. Last show I did, I only did 1 piece. I was supposed to do 2, but the rehearsals changed for 1, and I wasn't available anymore. But yeah, this show I'm in 3 pieces. And the rehearsal times are one right after the other, so it doesn't take up more than 1 day, and it's all at the same location.
That is really nice.
So it'll be fun. It's like musical theater. I'm in 2 musical theater dances and a tap dance.
Nice.
So super fun.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it's earlier this year. Last spring it was in late June, but this year the show is in May, so that's a lot easier.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
that's what I got.
I have had a pretty hectic week already, and it's only Wednesday. Simply because I finally got my new insurance information, and so
Oh
I've been
yeah.
trying to get things switched over so I can start using it. Um, and the very first thing I did was try to make an appointment with my therapist because I am so past due for my anxiety pills that it's not even funny. It actually is like really affecting my life right now.
Mhm.
Um, Anyway, so I signed on to the service I've been using for over a year, went in to update my insurance information on Sunday, and it was like, we don't accept your insurance. And I was like, well, I know you do because it's the same company. Anyway, so then I tried to get on Monday. I think it just had to wait for business hours to reset or something. I don't know. But it let me update my insurance. And then it was like, um, your session with your previous therapist is now closed. And I was like, what? And so then I like opened a help ticket and they responded and they were like, yeah, when you change insurance, it automatically swaps you over to a new doctor. And I was like, well, can I have my old one back? And they were like, no, it shows she's not accepting new patients. And I was like, but I'm not a new patient. Anyway, so then my therapist called me and she was like, okay, is this what's happening? Because I guess she got a notification when our session closed. And I said yes. And she was like, okay, I've had several people that's happened to. I don't know why the system is set up like that. So she was like, this is what you do. You email this specific email address, mark it as urgent because of your medication. So I did. And then I got an automated reply letting me know that that account is not being monitored. So then the next morning during office hours, because also this service operates on East Coast hours, which means it's 3 hours ahead of us. So when that happened and it was like 3:30 p.m., it's 6:30 there, so I can't talk to anyone. So the next morning I got up early and I was doing like the little online chat thing, had to go through the bot to get to a real person, which I hate. And then the girl was like, okay, I'll email her right now and, make sure that she's okay with this and I can reassign you to her. And I was like, yes, please. Um, and then my therapist called me again and that afternoon and she was like, I haven't gotten any email from anyone. And I was like, of course. So anyway, I like reopened my help ticket or whatever because they had responded to be like, you can't go back with your therapist because this is what we already told you. And I was like, listen, dude. And I basically said, I've talked to my therapist. She's fine with it. You didn't email her like you said you were going to. Because also, it was the same girl responding to my help ticket that I was chatting with that morning. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry for the confusion. I'll email her right now. And then this morning, I woke up and everything's fixed and I have my therapist again.
Oh my gosh.
But the next available appointment is Sunday at 7 a.m. So I'll be waking up early to have therapy Sunday at 7 a.m., which is just ideal because we have our friend Amanda's birthday party Saturday night. And then we also have Super Bowl plans Sunday afternoon into evening.
Mm-hmm. Great.
But hopefully it'll be fine and hopefully I can pick up my medication Monday.
It's just so wild. Yeah. This is America. Oh, oh my gosh. This is what's going on in my life. Okay, so I'm a teacher and the school district I work in, the pay scale, and pay scales for teachers are all public knowledge. You can look at them all up. But for the district I work in, it is salary points based. So it's not like college credits based, it's salary points. But like a college credits can equal salary points, but so can other things. It's a little confusing. Anyway, right now, so the scale works two ways. So there's the one way is your years as a teacher, and then the other way is your salary points or like college credits. So coming in with my master's degree set me like down, or I'm like halfway up the pay scale, like salary points wise. I'm like, anyway, like halfway. I think you can max at 90 and I'm at like 45 or something. And then beyond that, it's just years. So I'm going to continue incrementally going up every year I'm there, but I'm trying to work on the salary points. So I didn't know that that's how it worked at the time because my last district I worked in, like if you had a master's degree, you were like, it was a 10 grand pay increase just with the master's. But here they look at your credits within the master's. It's not just the master's degree gives you X number. It's like how many classes did you actually take? They actually look at your transcript that way. So I didn't submit all of my transcripts from other courses I took because to get my teaching license in Minnesota, there were a couple of classes I had to take. And I had to take them at different universities. So like I had one class I took at Louisiana State University. I have one class I took at UCLA Extension. I have a class I took at American Public University. But those three, I didn't submit transcripts to my current district because at the time I was like, oh, it doesn't matter because I have my master's degree. But I'm like, wait a second, that could give me salary points. So I already have to go in because I took a course in the fall. I took a theater methods class at Cal State University East Bay. So I was already going in and ordering that transcript, and I ordered 2 copies. One to submit for salary points, and the other I need to send to the California Teaching Commission because I need to get my theater credential.
Mhm.
And everyone needs hard paper copies of everything out here because
Of
California is nuts. So regardless of the fact that I have e-versions of all of my official transcripts, they're not going to accept those. They need a paper copy.
Of
Anyway,
course.
and my undergraduate school transcripts are free.
Mhm.
You don't pay for them. No, every single other transcript costs money.
Of course.
And I was going in, and so I ordered 2 from my fall class. So I'm like, okay, perfect. I'll submit one for salary points with my district, and the other one will go to the teaching commission to try to get my theater credential once I get my school report back from the exams I took. This is just so much. Which luckily the exams were free because they were waiving fees for California residents for a while.
Nice.
Like when I initially registered for them, which thank goodness I had done that when they were waiving the fees. Anyway, so at least those were free, and the score reports will be free. But I'll also have to pay $100 to the state of California to apply to get the theater credential. But anyway, so I paid $20, well, $23 with fees for just 2 copies of that transcript. And then I went in and ordered those other 3 transcripts because I'm like, wait a minute, if I'm going to submit this one for salary points, I might as well submit those 3 as well. So I went and bought all of those. And let's see, there was one that was $17.50 for one. One was like $11. The other was like $10. So I've spent like over $50 on
On
transcripts
transcripts.
this week. Hopefully that will help me move up my pay scale so I'll get more pay. But like that's been exhausting. And I haven't even submitted all this stuff yet because I have to wait until I get the transcripts. And then at that point, I have to look at the transcripts. I have to make an appointment downtown. I have to fill out a form. And if I do something wrong on the form, I have to like redo it all. It's like a whole process. But anyway, I'm going to make an appointment downtown to do it instead of mailing it and having it sent back because they won't send it back to me at the thing. If I mail it and something's wrong, I just have to redo it all.
That's so scary.
So that's why I'm like, I'm just going to make an appointment and go downtown and have someone make sure I'm doing it right. And then they can verify on their end. So that's going to be a whole, like, I probably won't be finished with all of this for like another month at least. Anyway, so this pay increase, if they approve my salary points, is probably not going to help me out for a couple months at least. My other thing is I am planning on keeping my Minnesota teaching license current because I worked my ass off to get that. So I'm like, I might as well just keep everything current. Well, I went in to renew because that license expires in June. And I was looking at the website and it shows I have 0 reported clock hours. And so I thought it was like, oh, you need to have 75 hours of like working in a school. No, they mean you need 75 hours of professional development. And so I like finally talked to someone from my district there this morning and she was just like, no, it's like professional development. She's just like, here's what I would do. And she was basically like, you should probably be able, you can find this website, you can buy a package to get those clock hours to submit that paperwork, and then they can approve your clock hours and then you can renew your license. And I'm like, cool. And she's just like, I know what's roundabout. And I was like, oh yeah, that's how it goes. And this poor woman who was talking to me is just a teacher who does like the continuing education stuff on the side. I'm like, good Lord, why are they making you do this? Anyway, but then I was sitting there thinking, and I'm like, in the state of California, you have professional development every week and it is built into your schedule and it's part of your contract requirement. So I'm like, wait a second. So I went through and I printed all of my certificates from random trainings I've had to do that would count for clock hours. And then I'm going to have to reach out to an admin to see if they can verify all of my sign and sign outs for all of our professional development. And then hopefully, because that will definitely be at least 75, because all of last year plus this year.
Yeah.
And then there's like all these requirements you have to hit with Minnesota to keep your tier 3 license. And it's like there's a multicultural one and then like an English learner one. So I printed out my school reports for my CTEL, which is the California Teacher Teaching English Language. I don't remember. It's something California Teachers for English Learning, whatever CTEL stands for. But because I passed those 3 exams. So I'm like, passing those exams should count for something. It should probably satisfy the English learner need for Minnesota because I had to do those for California.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still waiting for my actual English learner authorization from California that I also had to pay $100 for to even apply to get that approval. Anyway, but now I'm like, oh shoot, I need to talk to an administrator, see if they can get me proof of professional development and hopefully like be able to send all of this stuff. I had like a stack of certificates, of training certificates that I printed. And then I printed my CTEL scores, and then I'm going to need to get that. And then I'm going to need to reach out to someone in Minnesota and be like, who do I submit this to? And then I'll have to print out like 70 of these forms because each form, you're supposed to print one form for each thing. So I think I'm going to call someone and be like, hey, what would you recommend I do to make this as easy as possible? I'm like, do you want me to print out 70 of these forms and fill them out accordingly? Because I can do that and mail them to you as a massive packet. I just want to renew my license in June.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I think I'm going to still try to apply for summer school, and I'll just like put in there planning to renew my license and hope for the best, because that would be nice if I could get a summer school job in Minnesota while I'm there so I can make some money.
Yeah.
It's just, anyway, so it's just another day in the life. We also, today, thank goodness, is my last day that I had to have my period 6 class meet in a different classroom in a different building because the one injured student was officially cleared to use stairs. So that's nice. I will no longer have to be in a math classroom teaching my English students.
Very exciting.
I don't remember if I told the podcast last week, but we're reading a novel right now in 3 of my English classes. It's the same class 3 times. I have 38 students in each class. I actually realized today one of my classes has 39 students now. Our contract max is 38. And technically, I can only have 38 because 12th grade English is considered an elective at my school. Because in 9th grade, they take 2 Englishes.
Interesting.
So 12th grade is considered an elective. Otherwise, my cap should be 29. But no, my cap is 38 because English in 12th grade is an elective. Weird. Yeah.
Interesting.
But we're doing a novel. I requested this novel last spring. It was never ordered. They finally ordered it before our semester break. It finally came in. I talked to the librarian, and keep in mind, I have 38 students across 3 different classes, 114 students, whatever, reading this novel, which we've been going off of a PDF. We finished part 1 of this novel. We're reading In Cold Blood. We've already finished part 1 using the PDF because we have not had the book. And I could not wait to get the book to get this started, or else we would never finish this book and all the assignments to go along with it. Anyway, the book is here. She's like, oh yeah, we're getting it barcoded. Like, oh, okay, cool. Initially last spring, we were told these would be consumables ordered for the students to be able to have and keep because we're supposed to be, as a school, working on annotations. Like that's supposed to be a school-wide goal, is working on annotations. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we're not working on annotations and they're not going to be able to keep them. Whatever, it's fine. She goes, I don't know if you'll have enough to have a classroom set also. How many do you think you'll need? And I was like, or she was like, how many do you think we'll need? We have 40. And I was like, 114? She was like, oh. Okay, well, then you'll only be able to have a classroom set and I'll just check them all out to you and the kids won't be able to take them home. And I'm like, this is the most chaotic public school shit ever. And I just have to laugh. You just gotta laugh because it's so ridiculous. You ordered 40 books? 40. I teach 5 of this class. Just luckily, 2 of the 5 classes I take that are this course are English learners, and I'm not reading the novel with them. We're doing something different because we're focusing on listening and summarizing to prepare them for the LPAC because we need to make sure all these kids focus on reclassifying. 40. They ordered 40 books. I'm like, if I was rich, I would just order copies for all the kids myself because what the fuck, my God. But then I was like, you know what, though, if I had that kind of money, I wouldn't be a teacher. So,
Yeah, there is that.
but anyway, I think in the future, I'll probably be looking to grants and just, I'll do it myself because ridiculous.
Great.
Also, technically, these kids have been given a textbook, okay? So we are compliant with the Williams textbook law, okay? They have been assigned a textbook. We don't use this textbook because it goes with the course that we offered last year, which is different than the course we offered this year. And when I was trying to use it to make it work, because again, trying to be compliant with the laws that we have to have a textbook. So I'm like, well, we better be using the textbook if this is a law. And everyone like made fun of me for using the textbook. They're like, well, you're not actually using that textbook, are you? And I was like, this was the option I was given. There is no other option. No one gave me a straight answer. I couldn't prep any materials while we were out of session because I was told we had an anthology. And just yeah. Anyway, so my brain is like, if I have to teach this class again next year, I'm buying a freaking textbook. And if that means I am taking pictures of every page and uploading them for the students to use, that's what we are doing because I cannot do this bullshit anymore.
Yeah.
It's anyway, so I decided you can't rely on anyone else. And if you work in public school, especially Title I school, it's fend for yourself.
Yeah. That that's what I've learned from your experience.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Like we get nothing. We have no money. Our students have no money. We get no funding. And it's only going to get worse because they're trying to defund or disband the Department of Education. So, you know, kids don't need to know how to read apparently. So, whatever.
One of my mom's Facebook friends, my mom like shared a post about that this morning and was like, okay, this is like terrifying. Because my mom was a teacher. Um, and one of her Facebook friends commented and was like, oh, I am so ready for that to be gone because education was actually better when it was left up to the states. And I was like,
It is up to the states.
but I was like, ma'am, you have a child who is special needs.
Yeah,
This,
good luck with that free and appropriate public education. That's what Department
yeah,
of Education is going to get rid of. So
yeah,
now you're going to have to privatize your care and education of your special needs child.
yeah.
Buy
This one,
IEPs. Like,
we know her because she homeschooled when we were homeschooling. So like very private care, but also like very privileged white woman. I'm like, do you not understand that if you had not been able to stay home and teach your kids yourself, you would have utilized every public service so that your kid was properly cared for at school?
yeah, it's special.
Yeah.
I don't understand what is so wrong about wanting children to be fed and educated.
Yeah. I mean, we're not a third world country. We're supposedly a developed nation.
No, we're not doing good.
No.
We're not doing good at all. And everyone wants to blame the teachers. And I'm like, why don't you like help us out? Like literally we're all just trying to teach your damn kids. I have a couple of Facebook friends who have been posting all the stuff about like how critical race theory is like the devil, basically. Not really in those words, but they're like, those teachers should be fired if they're teaching critical race theory, da 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 da. And I'm like, listen, I'm just trying to teach your kid how to write a fucking sentence without using Chat GPT. Okay. I don't know why you're trying to decide that I am able to brainwash your child. Like, again, if I could brainwash your child, it would be to teach them what a subject and a predicate are. Like, I don't have that power. Like teachers don't have that power over your children. You know who does have power over your children? You as a parent. Like like, you have more power than we do. It would be really nice if you would help support your child's education instead of trying to demonize your child's school. Like
It's almost like they want their children to be bumbling idiots.
I mean that's what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm not saying my children are. My children are great and their parents are lovely and everyone's trying their best, but my God. Although most of the students I teach have immigrant parents, so that's probably why they're so nice.
Yeah. I I'm like high key so ready for California to just
Secede.
secede because that is like the main reason I haven't left the country. Like if I lived in any other state, I would have left probably in November or December just out of fear for my safety as a disabled woman on the LGBTQIA plus spectrum. Like
Yeah.
I just really am holding out, hoping that California leaves before we actually get to Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's not great.
Dude, some of my students asked me yesterday if I wanted to have kids, and I was literally just like, no.
Oh, I saw that TikTok.
And like, listen, if you could have convinced me otherwise, it's not happening for the next 4 years. That's for sure. Like, no, thank you. And by the time the next 4 years are done, I'm going to be too old to have children. So
Well,
safely. I mean, already at this point, it would be a geriatric pregnancy. So,
I'm pretty sure that's over 36.
34.
I don't like that.
No. Ugh.
Great.
It's a fun time, but I'm like, yeah, no. Why would I put anyone through any of this
No.
willingly?
No.
No, thank you.
Nope. Yeah, I don't like.
Anything.
No, I would love to live somewhere where I don't wake up every morning and feel a mortal threat.
Yeah. I just want to be able to have a job that isn't constantly threatened. And I thought that's what this would be because I was like, teachers, yeah, that's like a stable job. Nothing has been an ounce stable about this, and everything has been jumping through hoops constantly. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired of this shit.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad. Yeah, that's pretty much what's happening right now. Mm-hmm.
I did enjoy that some Democrats had like a little rally and Elizabeth Warren was there and some other people. And I was like, good, finally we're hearing something.
My favorite is AOC talking about how dumb the Republicans are. She's just like, you don't understand how unintelligent these people are. She's like, we'll be able to get them.
Well, I mean, Tom Cotton in the TikTok session or whatever asked the same question 30 different ways, got the same answer each time, and then denied it. Idiots.
Oh my gosh, there was something. I think a man was like, I think Marjorie Taylor Greene was trying to talk about banning books, which, like, if you've ever read a book in your life, the people banning books are never the good guys.
No.
Never. Not
The people
once.
banning anything are
Never the good guys. So, but they've never read a book. I don't even know if these people know how to read.
Probably not.
Because reading is blasphemy. If you can read, you're a witch.
And if you're a woman, hold down.
If you're a woman, you're a witch.
Over.
But this guy, I think he was responding to something about her, and he was just like, it was really impactful, but he was just like, do you know why they don't hunt with an AR-15 or an AK-47? You know why they don't deer hunt with those? Because there'd be nothing left. And there's nothing left of these kids getting shot in schools. He's like, you want to talk about banning books? Dead kids can't read. And I was like, oh, I'm like, yeah, dead kids can't read.
Yeah.
So you want to ban a book? Yeah. Dead kids can't read.
Also, the books that they want to ban are like important books.
Well, they don't know how to read. Somebody told them it mentioned the devil, and they were like, wow, how horrible. They're like, what's that? Okay, in the movie Beautiful Creatures, there's like a scene where the girl is just like, my mama told me I can't read that book on account of it goes against the Bible. And like, that's what's happening here. Like, my mama told me I can't read that book on account of it goes against the Bible. Sure.
That
sure,
sounds
Jan.
like a personal decision that should be left to parents.
My mama told me I can't read that book. Well, that's great for you. I guess you get to fail this class, little Becky Sue. Like, time to give you an alternate assignment.
Yeah.
That's what we do. If you say you have a moral issue with something we're learning, do you know what teachers do? We give you an alternate assignment, okay? That's what happens.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, no problem. Our goal is to try to hit this fucking learning target. And you know what? You can meet this learning target in another way. Would you like to meet this learning target while in the classroom with the children working on this assignment that you're against, or would you like to work on it in solitude in the library? That's what we do. Here are your options. Do you still want to pass the class? I'll give you something to do. We'll work with you. This champions adjust, okay?
Yeah. I really do love AOC's TikTok rants. But I have noticed that ever since TikTok came back online, I have had to refollow her 3 times.
Yeah, no, TikTok, no, nothing is safe right now. And like your bank account information isn't safe, especially if
Oh,
you're
that's
using
so
it's
stressful.
really creepy. It's really creepy. Actually, we shouldn't talk too much about this, but there's just stuff going on that is a little amiss and makes me question some things. My spidey senses are a tingling.
I saw that some congressman, I don't remember who, filed like 37 articles of impeachment today because so many laws have already been broken.
Yeah. You know, because trying to ban birthright citizenship. Unconstitutional. Listen, people, I don't give a shit if you're a Republican, to be honest.
I do.
Like,
at this point.
I don't even necessarily fully identify as Democratic or whatever. At this point, I'm like, shouldn't we all at least be on the same page of maintaining the Constitution?
I mean, that would make sense to me.
Like, that is literally the basis of this country. That is like our uniting front. But like, if you're trying to dismantle the Constitution, then that's treason.
Yeah, that's true.
I really thought that would at least be a uniting front here. It's like we care about the Constitution and what the founding fathers were trying to do.
Have you been seeing the hashtag leaving MAGA videos on TikTok? Well, it's kind of trending right now, and it's all these people who are dumb who are like, I voted this way because of this, and due to the things that are happening, I just can't support him anymore, so I'm leaving MAGA, which great, good. But then when they cite the things that are making them leave MAGA, it'll be like, because my spouse lost their job because of the tariffs, or because I can't get my favorite coffee because of the trade war with Colombia, or my kid is losing their IEP because of the Department of Education. And it's like all these things that they're saying they're only leaving that because it's affecting them.
It's finally affecting them personally.
And I'm like,
you're selfish.
yes.
You're self-centered and vain, and that is a sin.
And also you lack basic empathy.
Yeah.
So you're also a sociopath, first and foremost.
Well, yeah. Empathy has been gone for a long time. And we've known that in that thrall of people. Empathy, what is that? That sounds like weak people shit.
I would much rather be a snowflake than an idiot.
Yeah. I'd rather care. Like, I don't know why it is so problematic to like care about other people. Helping other people. Like, I don't know why that is so horrible. Like, is it that wrong to want to help others? Or to want to think people can eat food? I don't know. I just anytime people are against like free lunch at schools, I'm like, you want children to starve? Like, isn't that like the basis of any moral value is like feeding hungry children?
Yeah. You would think.
Help the poor, feed the hungry. I don't know. But no. Because freeloaders, am I right? That's not my kid, so I don't care.
Yeah. I still can't get over that one guy who was like, children don't need free lunch. Children need to get jobs and pay for their lunch.
Right, because I would personally love to have an 8-year-old working at the bank instead of learning how to read.
Yeah.
You know what? We used to have children. We used to not have child labor laws. And then you did have children working in factories. Actually, education started to try to help people understand assembly lines. to try to help them become good factory workers. Um, but anyway, we have child labor laws now.
Yeah.
And at this point, our psychological development has shifted quite a bit to the point where it's not just childhood, adulthood. We have adolescence in
Mhm.
there. We're not just going to revert back to childhood to adulthood in like 2 seconds. I don't know.
Yeah. I am really over all of this dystopian bullshit.
Yeah.
I would love to go even a couple hours without getting a breaking news alert from CNN.
I think we've said this before, but like it'd be really nice to live in precedented times for once.
Yes, yes.
Like every time.
I crave a precedented time.
Like
Like a precedented time makes me like start to beg like a puppy. The thought of it.
yeah, no, it's been like a bombardment of everything horrible all the time. Like we've lived through the terrorist attack on the World Trade Center. We've lived through like the wars. We've lived through the
market
housing crash, like
the recession.
recession, a global pandemic. Like, what is this shit?
Nothing good. That's what it is.
What is this shit? Yeah. But you know what? I did have a really awesome protein bar today, and I'm still thinking about it. It really has been fueling me. I bought it at Trader Joe's because I had money to get groceries and I was very excited. So I got groceries. It is called a chocolate dough, and the brand is Bear Bells. A Bear Bells chocolate dough protein bar. It was so good and it had 20 grams of protein.
Nice.
I'm going to buy so many of these the next time I see them. I literally took a picture of the wrapper so I could remember that that's the one. Like I was going to eat half of that thing and then I ate it all and I was like, this is so good. And you know, I've been like mildly chaotic ever since. So I think it really did like boost my energy.
Good.
Like I literally got up after this and like did a line dance in my classroom. It was not during class, okay? I did not have students. It was during my actually it was during lunch. But
I
like
personally would love if you did a line dance with your students.
no, thank you. That's for learning. We learn during class time. Gosh. Yeah, they have a quiz on Friday, so we were doing quiz review today.
It's nice of you.
Yep, and then we did character analysis, and I had so many students come and ask me what I meant by finding evidence in the book for each character.
Cool.
So I started just giving them actual examples, and I'm like, okay, for this character, I like tried to. I was just like, okay, so if you're trying to look at any text, if you're reading a book, if you're reading a play, and you need to learn something about a character, here are the things you look for. You look for what actions does this character take? What do they do? What do they say about other people? How do they talk about other people? And what do other people say about them? Those are the 3 things you look for. Also, for your evidence, what else do you know about them? Are there any sports they play? What are their hobbies? Does it mention any of those things? Write those down. And yeah.
Great. I made chili last night.
Ooh.
It's really yummy. And my house still kind of smells like onion.
Hmm.
Maybe not. I've had a candle.
I was
burning
like, I
today.
hadn't noticed. It smelled like candle.
Good. That's exciting. I like wasn't mad at it yesterday because it like smelled good. And then today I was like, well, now it smells like old onion. So I've had a candle going, so hopefully that took care of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I'm really excited to eat that and sit on the couch.
Good.
Yeah.
I made my protein bowls yesterday. I made 3. with chicken, black beans, cucumber, bell
Ooh.
pepper. I got pico de gallo and avocado.
Nice.
It was really good. So I had that for lunch today.
Good.
Yep. And I have one more at home that I'll need to decide if I'm taking for lunch tomorrow or if I'll have for dinner tomorrow. I'll probably take it for lunch though, because that was nice and easy and you can eat it cold.
Beautiful. We love that.
I mean, I have a microwave, but like I'm not gonna microwave something with
Cucumber.
cucumber. Yeah.
No.
I was like,
No.
it was good cold.
Good.
Yes. I also, oh my gosh, I bought one of my like random snacks that I've been liking is Trader Joe's has tofu that's marinated. So it's like, I think I bought the teriyaki tofu and I cut it up and I dip it in balsamic glaze and it is
Ooh.
so good. That's my random thing because meat is fucking expensive. Okay, I can't just like
Yeah.
buy. I did get some chicken on sale at Ralph's and I separated it into portions and froze it in the freezer so
Good.
I can have that ready to go.
Good.
So that was nice. It was like $7. I think I have like 8 little chicken breasts.
That's really good.
Yeah, they're little, boneless, but like,
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah. I think my ground turkey for my chili, I think was like $4.99.
nice.
It's like it wasn't too bad. But yeah, rice and beans are a complete protein when eaten together.
I don't like rice.
Yeah, same.
Beans are good.
Yeah.
That's why I was so excited to finally eat my black beans. A great source of fiber.
Beans, beans, the musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel. So let's have beans at every meal.
Wonderful.
I know another version of it too.
No.
Anyway,
Yep.
I think we're hungry because we're talking about food. So I think that'll be the end of this episode of Clearly Thriving. I'm Allison Clay.
And I was blowing in Lila's face for some reason. She liked it. I'm Siri Harkins.
And we are thriving.
Clearly.